Hey there, guys. It's Mia here. I am so excited. I am so excited about this quick live today. I'm going to teach very simply the importance of making time to be great. Making time to be great. What do I mean? Likely you have a dream, something that you've been wanting to do and or wanting to launch or wanting to enhance, and you have to make time to be great. Today I have been shooting a bunch of videos for my community, some new content for my clients. And I was thinking about the decisions that I make each and every day to be great, meaning I get to do what I love to do because I want to show up for myself and in my business. And the question is, are you showing up for yourself in your business, for your dream, each and every day with action that you can quantify? And if you can't, then you have to ask yourself, are you really trying to be great? So let's just go all in. It's going to be a tough live today. I'm Mia Redrick, business consultant, and I support professional women with packaging their education, their expertise, and their experience into high ticket consulting on or offline. I also show individuals how to leverage their soft skills, right? Their background, their gifts, and how to do the exact same thing, that you can take your knowledge and go to work as yourself. That's what I did 20 years ago. And it changed my life. And I had to make a decision that I wanted to be great. I wanted to be great. And that means great sometimes means that you have to do things in order for you to become great at what you do. Number one, I've learned over the years, consistency and persistency. There's no substitute for being consistent and persistent in your business. And most people are not great at what they do, not because they're not amazing at what they do or couldn't be amazing at what they do. It is because they are not consistent and they are not persistent. They start off in a business and they're super excited about the idea. And when it comes to actually doing the work, right, over and over again to achieve their results, they aren't as consistent. And maybe you can relate to this also. But if your goal is to be great at what you do, if your goal is to show up like a giant at what you do, consistency and persistency are your best friends, okay? And building that muscle for yourself, holding yourself accountable, having a coach or mentor that holds you accountable to that dream, to be and take consistent actions to achieve that dream is everything. Another reason why so many people are not great is because they settle for what they can do instead of reaching for what they're abundantly amazing at doing. And what I mean by that, sometimes when you want to achieve the things that you haven't seen ever happened before, because you're meant to broker the idea, there's fear, there's doubt, there's anxiety that happens when you have a big and amazing dream. So a lot of times people don't achieve their greatness, not because they're not great and not because they couldn't. It's because they are afraid to swim in that lane alone. They're afraid to broker the dream or to be the person that leads from the front. And I will tell you that not doing what you love is leading a life of quiet desperation. I'm just not into it. I've learned over the years that I've done some things that didn't make any sense to anyone but me. Okay, I said, I'm going to be a mom coach. I was a corporate trainer, and I decided that's what I want to do. All right. And I moved in the direction of my heart. I trusted my intuition and I trusted God's voice saying, I got you. All right. And I decided I'm going to lead there. And I found so much joy. I learned so much about myself by just simply stepping into it. Number three, the third reason that people don't show up great for themselves and do all that they're meant to do is because they're conflicted investors. I'm going to break this all the way down. And I know that for some of you, this is going to offend you. But the fact of the matter is you're that person that's always wanting to do something and you're not the person that's committed to doing it. That means that when it's time to pull the trigger, you hem and you haw, you make excuses, you say next time. And because of it, you never get to grow in the way that you need to. I give you guys tons of opportunities to say yes to yourselves over and over again, whether it's watching the webinar or stepping into a strategy session, or now signing up for the Giant Experience Master Training for just like under $1,000, just doing the training, using hundreds of people, hundreds of testimonials of women who achieved amazing results working with me. If you watch these videos over and over again, the 100 videos I have, and you've never pulled the trigger to say, I want some of that for me, you got to ask yourself, Why? Okay. It is because you made a decision to be a spectator and not to be a person that says, hey, on the other side, I know that that's something that I need for myself and to grow me. And I'm using my products, but think about anything that you've seen that you know that there's proof, you see that there's evidence, but sometimes we don't have the esteem to say that's for me. All right. Number four, the fourth reason why many people are not great, don't stay great, is because of association. It's flat true. I've seen this over and over again. There are people in our world that they are happy with you being there as long as you don't exceed them. And there are people in your world, okay, likely who are not having elevated conversations with you about your out of the box ideas. They're talking about people, they're talking about things. And I want to tell you something for a second. I am in the business of growing women. So I've coached thousands of women over the years, and I've supported so many women, thousands, in changing their lives, like changing the way that they work, changing the way that they earn, elevating their level of friendship. And I have seen people experience all kinds of massive changes, whether it's, finally getting themselves free and staying free, or for the very first time recognizing their value and being able to stand in it and command that value over and over again. It's life changing. And I even watch people who create amazing change, who have the comfort zone of the average, meaning they become afraid of their giganticness. And I don't know if this is you or not. I'm going to call you out. I told you it's going to be a tough live, but you will know if you are uncomfortable with the gigantic when you no longer are attracted to that next level for yourself. All right. When you are staying in that comfort zone, and it's flat true. And I know for myself, that's something that I constantly work on, is making sure that I've got the accountability. I've got a new vision, improved vision, that someone knows what it is, that next thing for me that calls me out to my dream. And if you're that person and you're uncomfortable with what that next level looks like, you need to ask yourself why. And the other thing that I'd love to say to you is, if you've ever achieved significant success, let's say, for example, if you've gone from wherever you are, let's say you didn't make any income in your business, and you hired someone and you instantly hit, six figures in your business, and you don't keep that lifeline open for yourself, shame on you. Okay. Because the fact of the matter is, there are very few people that ever grow you in your life. Most people are very attracted to people who do not grow them, do not challenge them, and do not represent what that next level looks like. And it's so, so important. We're talking about and having a conversation around what it takes to be great. Consistency and persistency definitely is what I talked about first and foremost, and also understanding that, and not being afraid to be gigantic, to be all of who you are. It's really important. And making sure you're in association with people who are not talking about people, but are talking about ideas and what the next level looks like. And you need to make sure you're in the company of people. Sometimes you can think you're in a circle of greatness, but the fact of the matter is, people don't want you to rise. They don't want you to exceed them. And if ever I'm in an environment, and I don't care what the environment is, but there's a cap on what my growth can look like, I am out of that environment. And I think some of us are so comfortable being small, playing small, or having played with small folks over the years, that we don't sense that for ourselves. We don't set boundaries for ourselves to show up like the giants we are. We're talking today about being great. All right. And to be great, there are just certain characteristics that I've seen over the years. You got to be fearless for yourself. All right. You've got to be brave for yourself. You got to show up for yourself. And the reality is that not everyone's going to understand what you want to do. Stop looking for validation from this person or that person, and understand that that voice inside of you, that vision that's been given to you from God, is something that's meant for you. And you can do this. All right. And for those of you who are conflicted investors, get over yourselves. That means that you're that person and you're paralyzed by fear. You do nothing year after year to grow yourself in significant ways because of your paralyzation. And you've been in the exact same place because of your decision making. It's time to change. And for those of you who are already doing great and amazing things, which are most of you, okay, and the fact of the matter is, you're just too busy to be great. You know what I mean? Like, listen, Being too busy is a disease, all right? And that disease blinds us from what the next level can look like. I will tell you that one of the greatest things that I decided was that ease and grace was my birthright. And it was something that I would desire and that I would step into for myself, and that I would stop seeking being busy for the sake of being busy, being so busy that my life is clouded, right? Not by what I want to do, but what I have to do. I want to live a life and say, I get to do this. I get to do what I love to do when I want to do it and how I want to do it. And I hope that there's something that I've said to you today that inspires you to take an action, to get you to, get yourself off of social media. If you're on social media and it's not growing, you're not taking action. If you're following me each and every week and you see I've got hundreds of videos out here, you've seen tons of testimonies. I don't know what else you would need, right, in order to say this is real, okay, this is real, and you haven't taken an action. It is time for you to put up for yourself. Put up for yourself, show up for yourself, bet on yourself, and stop using being busy as an excuse or using your family as a shield not to be great. My family, I always felt and feel are the benefactors of any investment I've ever made in myself. The truth of the matter is my family benefits directly from my growth, and your family does too. So this idea of making an excuse about every single person and not putting yourself in the pipeline of whatever the decision making is, whatever the priorities are, is the very thing that's preventing you from living your best life. I'm always torn. I think I'm fired up too because, in all transparency, okay, full transparency, I opened my calendar up this week and it said, okay, I'll take some strategy sessions, which I really haven't taken in about a year and a half. I'll take some strategy sessions, and talking to so many women, I'm thinking to myself, but you're amazing. Okay, why are you settling? What is going on? What is this conversation that we're having with ourselves about our dreams? Like, we act as if tomorrow is promised and it's not. And if you want to create impact and you're not impacting yourself with your choices and your actions and showing up great, how do you expect to create change in the lives of others? Be the example, lead from the front. Change the habit making, change the choice making, invest in yourself at the highest and tallest level without excuses. Proactively seek what it is that you want for yourself without any level of hesitation. And it's so interesting because I think I probably took 9 calls this week personally, and brilliant, amazing women, and and amazingly talented. And I always think to myself, it is not your talent that's keeping you from where you want to be. It is you. It's you. It's your beliefs about yourself. It's your beliefs about your value of who you are and what you bring to the table. It's the folks that you're hanging out with. It's the conversation that you're having here inside yourself. See, because the conversation that you're having with yourself is the life that you are playing out in real time. Remember, your words influence your thoughts. Your thoughts influence your feelings, and your feelings ultimately are your actions. So when your words are not in alignment or congruent with what your next level looks like, it is exactly what you live in. I am very passionate about it because I'm like, okay, all right, like I'm listening to giants, okay, like literally giants. And I have had the great fortune to coach thousands of women over the years and who are giants. And I've watched the women who have said yes to themselves, who have proactively invested, who have implemented and done the work, change their lives. And then I watch the women who are equally as talented, who make excuses, who've watched the exact same videos, who've seen my webinars, who maybe have signed up for strategy sessions, or who have seen 700 videos on YouTube or on Facebook. And they're like, I'm coming, Mia, and they never come and their lives never change. And it's fact. It is not what you know. It's not what you've seen. It's what you do that will change your life and your world. The reason that some people get to live their dream is because of their actions, because of their choices, and because of their beliefs in themselves, or because of how they want to grow. And they back it up by making an investment for the change they desire. And I am on fire. Okay. on fire. Okay. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like doing what you love to do and just really having a passion and really wanting to help women get this, right? But I can want it all I want to for you. You got to want it for yourself. And wanting it for yourself means that you take that next step. I'd love to invite you either to book a strategy session with us. You'll see the link that's here on the page. You can simply go to miaredrick.com, go down to strategy session and book a session or sign up for the master training. It is the best first step. Okay. And it'll show you how to package what you're doing into high ticket consulting or come and spend time with me in June at my live event. It's a masterclass for 3 days. Okay. And it's a learn and do event. Like there's no excuse if you're watching me and you're like, oh, I love me. Okay. Like I love you too. Okay. But love yourself enough to stop scrolling and stop, watching all of this stuff and not taking any action because it's not making your life any better. What will grow you are the actions. I only come on here to do these lives so that I show you that it's real. And I always give you amazing proof so you know it's true. You have to decide for you, you deserve it. And if you do, let's play. Okay. Are there any quick questions or comments or thoughts? I told you I'm fired up. But my coffee, I don't know if y'all can see. Can you see? My coffee is so black right now, right? Like, so maybe that's the reason, right? So I don't know. Any questions, comments? Lisa says, good stuff. I'm excited that you're here, Lisa. I was shooting some videos today and, just thought about it. Man, there's so many brilliant people that are sitting on their hands and they don't understand like this weekend or over the course of this week, you could be building your products. You could be launching your idea. You could be leveraging your gifts, right? You could be creating impact. You could be pitching yourself to the media. You could start building your coaching program, writing your books, right? Doing high level speaking. You could be standing in your value instead of doing the same thing over and over again that you did last week, wishing, wanting, and not showing up for yourself in the highest and tallest ways. And I don't even want to hear it anymore because it's not your talent that's in the way. It's your decision making, right? It's not showing up and being brave for yourself. And you know what? I can tell you that nothing happens unless that. And if you're in circles with people, I don't care who they are. If you're in circles with people and you guys, your favorite conversation are other people, you're in the wrong circles. If you're in a circle with people and you can't talk about your gigantic ideas and you're great, you're in the wrong circle. All right. If you're in a circle and your friends have not from one year to the next advanced their life in ways that's unrecognizable, you don't have any level of association like that, you're in the wrong circles. And I will tell you that association is everything. And if you're offended by someone talking about standing in your value, charging more, being all of who you are, then that is a mindset. That's a mindset. It's a thought process, right? Awesome. Where's the 3-day? It's in Baltimore, June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, Lisa. Lisa writes, thanks for the push. I'm going to explore your sessions. Where's the 3-day conference being held? It's in Baltimore, June 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in Baltimore at the Inner Harbor. It's going to be amazing. Now, this is a master class that has a coupon code associated with it. And I think it's like $4,400 for a 3-day training for the master training. Like you've been following me. I don't even do events that are at this price. I mean, it's a gift because this is the first event since COVID. And I wanted to make it easy for people to say, yes, my goal is to support more people with hitting 6 figures in their business, period. Whether it's a month or whether it's 1 year, right? Leveraging and packaging their knowledge. So over the course of 3 days, I'm going to mentor you. It is a done with you event. I teach, you do it. I teach, you do it. So many incredible bonuses that are added on to the Giant Experience Master Training event. That's what it's called. I'll put it here. Incredible, right? So I can tell you the last time I held the event was right before COVID. in 2019, and within 2 weeks, the women that attended closed over $250,000. Now they went on collectively to earn multi-millions, right, as a collective group in selling their knowledge. And I will give you every single thing that you need in order for you to figure out how to take what you're doing and package it and sell it at the highest level. Now you got to implement, you got to do the work, but I'm going to give you every single thing I have. You guys have already seen hundreds of testimonies. Like, I couldn't even give you any more testimonies. Like, what else do we need? Okay, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what else do we need? Okay, other than a decision. All right, a decision to choose yourself. So whether you come to my live event, it's amazing. Okay, and when you sign up for the live event, I actually, Lisa, also give you as a bonus access to the foundation course. So you get a 10-hour training that sells now for $997. Okay, for $997, you get that training also as part of it. You also get a 3-hour pre-training before you come to the live event, so I can make sure you know what to bring so we can get you packaged properly. You also get a bonus event, which is how to focus on building six-figure models only, that I'm going to teach my clients later this year. So you get a lot of really incredible bonuses, because my goal is just help more women hit six figures and beyond. But you got to see that for yourself. Right? I can't drag somebody to six figures, and I can't make you build your products, right? I can't make you implement what I teach you, but I'll give you every single thing I've got. And if you are teachable, if you're coachable, if you're like highly actionable, and if you're ready to say yes, where are you coming to a mastermind that includes your meals and a reception on Friday night and instruction over the course of 3 days for under $5,000? Come on. All right. And here's the funny thing is, when I kicked off the event initially, I always incentivize people to buy the tickets earlier. So the earlier you buy a ticket from me, the more you save. I literally, the first 2 weeks, gave people an opportunity to save $2,000 off the ticket. Like literally. Okay. Like literally. Okay. And we had a percentage of people that said yes. But then you have those people like, I just got to decide. I need this. Okay. You just need to pay more. Because see, life will always, life will always cost you more when you wait. You say yes, and you figure it out along the way. Lisa says, what if you aren't sure what direction you want to go, unsure of your gifting, right? So we are doing a pre-call to help you understand what it is. I am really terrific at this. When you see the training, the 10-hour training that you get, it also helps you to unwrap and unlock what that could look like for you. For example, when I got started, that was the question I had, Lisa. Okay, so this is 20 years ago. So, work with me, right? I actually didn't know what I was going to offer. I didn't know what it was. Okay. I didn't know what kind of coaching I was going to offer. I didn't have a package per se. I didn't know what curriculum or modules I was going to offer. Okay. So, but I knew that I had some really great skills as a mom. So I started with my soft skills. And then as I built an amazing business and got signed to, Emmy nominated shows and did corporate deals and went on to coach other moms, there were many women that wanted to know what and how I was able to build that business. And then I moved to business coaching. Does that make sense? So I think that my unique perspective in coaching women is exactly someone like you, who you were like, there's got to be something. That was me, right? Like, got to be something. I've lived this life 30 some years. There's got to be something that I can do, that I can package. But you got to be in the environment to explore it. You can't figure it out on the outside. You got to figure it out on the inside. I didn't know. I actually signed up for a coaching program that was $18,000, $1,000 a month. Okay. This is 20 years ago, with no idea, okay, of what I was going to package at all. Okay. Because that was a level of trust and belief that I had in myself. And I was not looking to say, okay, I want to figure this out. How am I going to figure it out? Not in an environment to figure it out. Okay. I need to be around people that are figuring it out, because that'll help me. That level of association will grow me. But I can't figure it out sitting in a room by myself, because I don't know what it could look like. I haven't seen examples of what it looks like, but it's something about being in an environment that's designed for that level of creativity, right, and exploration, that will grow you. And that is the thing that most people are waiting for, this sign. You're waiting for your sign is get yourself around people who are already assigned. And when you get around people who are already assigned, all of a sudden your assignment becomes clear because you're like, oh, I never thought of that. Oh, I see that. Oh, but you will never, ever see it on the outside. And I hope that there's something that I've said today that supports those of you who've been following me. If you've been following me over and over again and you've seen it, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, listen, what do you want me to say? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? I mean, what else could I do? Like, what proof do we need? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, I actually am not sure. You know, if you see hundreds of people who have openly endorsed me, you know, the products, the services, what do you need? How many coaches are you seeing that are online that can demonstrate for you that level of result? What do you need? Okay, you need to decide. So, because we already know it's not that. It's a personal decision that we have to make. That's what I believe I can have for myself. If anything, I want to be around and with and learn from someone that has that level of proof. And it breaks my heart because I'm just talking, but it breaks my heart because I see so many people that make commitments to do things, and like I'm like, come on, like I can tell you anything, but can I show you that I've created these results? I mean, ultimately, you know, not everybody could be lying. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You got 100 results. I mean, I gave you guys a testimonial reel recently. It was like 4 hours, right? 4 hours for one product for the Giant Experience. 4 hours. You know, it's 4 hours of testimonials. What do we need? We need to make a decision. It's not me. I can tell you for sure it is making that decision that you're worth it. And those are the kind of people that get things done, and people who do not know their worth forever spin around and wonder whether or not, you know, will this work for me? Can I do it? Do you want to do it? Okay. You know what I'm saying? You're in choice about doing it. Are you in alignment that this year I've got to do it? Those are the people to do it. Not like, will this work for me? Do you want it to work for you? Are you willing to implement? Are you willing to be the person you need to be to get around the people you need to be to learn from, right? Are you willing to do the work? That's the question, because those are the people that have changed their lives. And I think over the years, has that ever been a question I've ever had? I don't know. I think I'm just one of those people that I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna bet on me. You know what? If I think about years ago, you guys know I did a bunch of triathlons, right? I couldn't even swim and signed up for the damn thing. Okay, like I honestly could not swim at all. I signed up for a triathlon, gave myself 9 months to learn to swim, to open water swim. I signed up, I start a team called the Iron Moms of 11 or 12 women who also couldn't swim. And we said yes, and we figured it out. And you got people who can swim with their talents and their gifts, and they don't say yes. And it has nothing to do with skill and ability. I promise you. It has to do with belief. It has to do with actionability. It has to be making a decision on yourself, betting on yourself, trusting yourself, wanting to grow, because I did not know how to swim. Okay. I not at all, and said yes to myself, and did 3 triathlons, went on to do 3 triathlons. And I say this to you, not from a place of arrogance. I say it from my heart. Like, and when I'm listening to somebody's like, well, I don't know how, so what? I don't know how to swim. Okay. I signed up for a triathlon, and it's an open water swim, 0.62 miles, by the way, a pretty large swim in an ocean. I mean, not an ocean, in a lake. Okay. And I would have said yes in the ocean, because I have that kind of belief in myself. And I want to meet the girl on the other side of the yes. And I know that I can't meet who I'm meant to be on my nose. I know what that looks like. It's the yes that's transformational. All right. So I hope that this supports you in some way. Check out the Giant Experience Master Training online, and or come in person in Baltimore. And I'm excited to be able to support you. If your yes is your yes, then you sign up, and I'll take amazing care of you. And if you need to, you know, something else, you got another question, you can always sign up for a strategy session with us, but only if you're serious. We look at the applications to decide who is ready to step into their next. Not like, please tell me who I am. You know who you are. Okay. You ready to rock that girl? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the girl I want to work with, the giant in you. Okay. Not the girl that's conflicted about being giant, but the one that's the giant in you. All right. I love you. Have a great and amazing day.